Throughout this series, we've been visiting our panel of experts. Let's see what they have to say.
Our understanding is that from the companies that we've taken into funding applications is that if you look at particularly at the banks, it's all about cash generation post-deal. And if there isn't any, they won't lend. So you have to have it absolutely nailed down with regard to what that investment is going to bring, and it has to show positive cash.
The key is preparation, preparation and preparation. And to think of all the difficult questions that you don't want to answer, the likelihood is they're the ones you're going to be asked. So have those answers at the ready. If
a company expects to go to a funder and not be asked difficult questions, then they're being slightly naive. As an advisor, you have to prepare them that everything will be exposed within the pitch and any subsequent interviews, whether you want it or not. These guys are specialists at asking the questions and understanding your accounts and your finances. They will have your full history in front of them, so they will know absolutely everything about you.
Sometimes when businesses going for funding, they don't want to disclose their personal financial position to an investor or a bank. They're not going to get past the door unless you're going to be open about your full financial circumstances.
People invest in people, but the people with all the ducks in a row, with all the financial information and the planning in place, are going to be the most successful ones at the end of the day.
Well, I think it goes back to what we were talking about at the very start, which is a company has to understand its position, it has to plan well, and it has to do this on a very regular basis. And good relationships with your funder are achieved through reporting what you're seeing in your business planning processes. And if you're open with that with your funders, then you will have a good relationship. If you try to hide information, then you'll very quickly fall out and you'll be looking for a new funder.
Like what Sue said, be honest. And if you're going to present somebody with some projections and you're not going to reach them, you need to speak to them straight away and explain why.
I mean, what we try to do with our applicants for funding is it's not just about finances. Yes, we might award a grant or a loan, but we try and encourage them to also take on the other business support services that will help strengthen the company and hopefully grow, whether it be training, links into export. So we do, as I said, the relationship is two-way, and it's, just by putting the finances in, you need to obviously have the other support services to make sure that company is successful. And that's how we try to build our relationships, by adding something extra than just the finances.
I think some businesses are fearful of talking to their bank when it's not particularly good news, if things haven't gone according to plan. And the message advisors need to get across is that you need to have that communication with your bank, and it needs to be open. But instead of just presenting the bad news, explain what you're going to do about it and how you reacted to that situation and what steps you're taking going forward.
Our experts raised an interesting point there on the importance of ongoing relationships. Paul, what's your experience on this front?
I think treat the funder as a partner. It's a real critical partner in your business, and treat them as a partner. So I would suggest meet with them quarterly, invite them into your business, and get to know other people within the funder as well. So not just the relationship manager that you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Meet his boss, because one day the guy that's dealing with you might have moved on, or he might be on holiday and there might be an issue. It's quite important to have relationships at various levels within the funder. Support them in anything that they can do, client advocacy. Banks love it. If you're prepared to recommend other clients to your funder, then that's a real strong way of really, embedding the relationship.
Well, in the words of the old BT ad, it's good to talk. And that process doesn't begin and end with the perfect pitch. Great business relationships are about ongoing, meaningful conversations and about making sure your investor always feels part of the team.